Imagine this. It's the end of the month. Your salary just arrived. And within 3 days, it's almost gone. Rent, food, subscriptions you forgot to cancel, a few impulse purchases. You open your banking app and see the number staring back at you. $37.42. You sigh and think, how do people even invest when they're not rich? You scroll through social media? And suddenly everyone is an investor. People brag about stocks, crypto gains, passive income. And it feels like the world is playing a financial game that nobody taught you the rules to. But here's the truth. Almost every wealthy investor you know started with exactly the same amount you have today, zero. In this video, I'm going to show you the complete strategy for investing from $0 in 2026. Not theory. Not hype. A simple system that anyone can follow, even if you're starting with absolutely nothing. By the end of this video, you'll know how to start investing with no money, the exact order wealthy people build their portfolios, the one mistake that keeps beginners poor, and the strategy that quietly turns ordinary people into millionaires. Let's start with the biggest lie about investing. The biggest lie about investing. Most people think investing is about money. It's not. It's about behavior. Because the biggest difference between people who build wealth and people who don't is not income. It's consistency. In fact, many beginner investment plans simply start by building the habit of investing small amounts regularly, sometimes as little as $50 per month. Think about it. A person who invests $100 every month for 30 years often ends up with more wealth than someone who waits until they have $10,000 to start. Because investing rewards one thing above everything else, time. And time only works for people who start, not people who wait. So the real question is not, how much money do you have? The real question is, when will you begin? And that brings us to step 1. Step 1, build the investor identity. Before you invest money, you must become the type of person who invests consistently. This is what I call the investor identity. People who build wealth don't wake up one day and magically become investors. They train their brain, they create a rule. A simple one. Every time money enters my life, a percentage gets invested. It doesn't matter if it's $5 or $500. Because the amount is not the point. The habit is, and once that habit forms, we move to step 2. Step 2, escape the paycheck trap. If you start investing with $0, your first investment isn't stocks, it's cash flow. Most people try to invest while their finances are chaotic. That's like trying to build a house on sand. So your first financial mission is simple, create a tiny financial buffer. Not a big emergency fund. Just $500 to $1,000. Why? Because without it, every small problem destroys your investments. Car repair, medical bill, broken phone. Suddenly you're forced to sell your investments at the worst possible time. And that's exactly how beginners lose money. The wealthy understand something simple. Investing works best when you don't need the money tomorrow. So step 2 is stability. Step 3 is where the real game begins. Step 3, your first $100 invested. This is where most beginners get overwhelmed. Because the financial world throws thousands of choices at you. Stocks, crypto, ETFs, options, forex, real estate. But the truth is, you don't need complexity to build wealth. In fact, legendary investor Warren Buffett famously recommends a simple approach: put most of your money into a low-cost index fund tracking the S&P 500. Why? Because instead of betting on one company, you invest in hundreds at once. This reduces risk. And historically, broad market index funds have delivered strong long-term returns. So your first investment strategy in 2026 is simple. Start with one diversified investment. Not 10. Just one. Consistency beats complexity. Every time. The power of compounding. Let's run a simple thought experiment. Imagine 2 people. Person A invests $200 per month starting at age 22. Person B waits until age 32. But invests $400 per month. Who ends up richer? Almost always? Person A. Because compounding is the most powerful force in investing. Money earns returns. Then those returns earn more returns. And slowly, quietly, your money begins working harder than you do. This is why the richest investors obsess over one thing: time in the market. Not timing the market. The 2026 strategy. If you were starting from $0 today, here's the simple blueprint. Step 1, build a small emergency fund. Step 2, invest consistently every month. Step 3, Focus on diversified assets like index funds. Step 4. Increase your investments every time your income grows. Step 5. Hold for the long term. Because the real wealth building strategy is boring. Buy, hold, repeat. Many successful investors simply build a core portfolio of broad market investments and add small amounts regularly over time. Not exciting, but incredibly powerful. The mindset shift. The biggest transformation in your financial life happens the day you stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like an owner. Consumers spend money. Owners buy assets. Consumers upgrade phones. Owners upgrade portfolios. Consumers chase trends. Owners build wealth slowly. And once this shift happens, everything changes. You stop asking, what can I buy? And start asking, what can I own? The real secret. Here's the truth nobody tells beginners. Investing is not a get-rich-quick game. It's a get-rich-slow system. But slow wealth has something powerful about it. It's stable, it's predictable. And once the snowball starts rolling, it becomes unstoppable. So if you're starting from zero today, remember this. The goal isn't to invest thousands tomorrow. The goal is to start today. Because the person who begins today will look back in 10 years and realize something incredible. They didn't just invest money. They invested in their future freedom. If you enjoyed this video and want more stories that make money simple, subscribe to the Visual Finance. Because on this channel, we don't just talk about money. We learn how money really works and how you can make it work for you.